stuff and curry masterclass, but I'm moving on to the kitchen. Today, I am beginning the Gordon Ramsay masterclass! Let's get started. All right, so we just finished Gordon's first lesson, which is basically how to organize your kitchen. So we're not even learning technique or anything yet. I'm learning about what knives I need. I have a good chef's knife. He wants me to sharpen it before and after every time. Got my little bread serrated knife. Got another one of those. Now, I don't have a fillet knife and my paring knife has disappeared. So kitchen management, obviously I share this kitchen with other people, so I don't know. Those are probably gonna continuously go missing, but what I learned quickly is I don't have all the pots and pans. So before we start cooking today, we're gonna have to take a little trip to Target to get all the proper things. I need another saucepan. I need a nice thick stainless steel frying pan with a lid on it. Gordon had things like a blowtorch and a smoke gun. I don't know if I'll be able to get those right away. I don't think they sell either of those at Target, but I learned that, hey, I gotta get some more knives, gotta get some more pans. So I'm gonna learn about vegetables and herbs right now, and then we're probably gonna take a shopping trip before our first cooking exercise. All right, so we bought our groceries. Now, Gordon would frown upon me because I did buy these kind of mushroom blends. They're not totally whole mushrooms. They're not whole mushrooms. I'm not sure. I'm not a mushroom expert. Sorry, Gordon. I wanted to buy whole mushrooms. I didn't see them there, but I got the brioche bun. Got some nice salt, some good high quality eggs. And this is gonna be my first recipe, so let's see how I do. So the first recipe we're learning how to make today is a poached egg over a wild mushroom bacon mix with a brioche bun. I'm gonna try to cook it just like Gordon. So the way Gordon starts out is he gets bacon on a piping hot pan. Bacon on. Now you guys can see I actually prepped the food beforehand. There's a new Jidel in town. He said, you know, get prepped, get ready, get everything you need ready. I feel like that's kind of obvious. We're gonna cook this bacon until it gets a little bit crispy, let the fat release, then we're gonna dump the mushrooms in there. Give the bacon sizzle. And I realize my kitchen is a mess, so before the next cooking session for this masterclass, we're gonna get this kitchen cleaned properly. Buns, toaster, in. Wow, look at all that bacon fat coming out. This is beautiful.
How's it smell? It smells beautiful.
Dude, it smells amazing in here right now. Now let's not forget salt. Look, I got one of Gordon Ramsay's fancy salts. You take it out of the thing. A little bit of white wine vinegar. We're actually not ready to poach the egg, but we're gonna grab our whip. Let's give it a nice get the current going, get it some momentum. Now, all we've learned so far in the masterclass is kind of how to use herbs, how to properly treat herbs. We haven't learned knife skills yet. We haven't learned a lot of the fundamentals. We're gonna learn those as the class goes on. So right now, this is kind of our foray into the class. Mushrooms in. So apparently mushrooms are 30% moisture, Gordon said. So what we're really trying to do here is cook out the moisture from these mushrooms right now. And they're also gonna absorb the flavor from the bacon fat. So this should be very delicious. Kitchen paper or kitchen towel, as Gordon Ramsay said. This is going so I can drain the fat and the mushrooms onto. And this is going to be for the poached egg because we don't want it to be too watery. So I'm just going to leave these over here. We're prepping. We're always prepared. How is my, oh, they look pretty toasty. I think we'll pull these out. It's fucking hot.
Every single time, bro. Every
fucking
single
hot. All right, we need 2 tablespoons of butter. Clean chef's knife. We're gonna throw this in the pan. We're gonna do that till it browns. Make some nice brown butter. That tastes so good. Holy cow. This is gonna be so good, Jeff.
We need a masterclass on how to get biceps like Gordon Ramsay.
Bro.
Just halfway.
That is the greatest mushroom I've ever had. All right, we're gonna drain the fat now. So this is how Gordon Ramsay did it in the video. He literally just drained it like this. Seems a little strange to me to do it that way, but I'm okay with it. Now we need this to get up to a boil. So let's get that on higher heat. In the meantime, we can toast our buns. About 30 seconds for the buns. Just gonna really absorb that flavor with the buns right now. He didn't show us how to crack an egg, so. I didn't break it. Good shit, James. When is this gonna get up to a boil? God damn. Alright, while I wait for that to boil, I'm gonna start plating this mixture onto the bun. That already looks so good. All right, we brought this up to a nice gentle boil. We're gonna lower the heat a little bit on that. gonna get it, stirring. Just trying to build up a current in there. A little bit of a rough current, that's okay. Egg is going. I don't want to damage it. Okay, that's nice and firm. All right, here we go. We're almost done. A little bit of salt, pepper. Okay, there is my poached egg number 1. We are going in for number 2. And I broke it. Dude, these eggs don't break. That's a rapid boil, right?
Yeah. Oh,
How did the egg break?
Yeah, get a new one. I think it broke again.
How? How do they keep breaking? I have one left.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, you better hope I get it because you're not trying the one I made.
Hey!
There we go.
Let's hope it stays like that.
Egg number 2, hopefully we do better this time around. Hopefully it stays together a little bit better this time. Oh, way more firm. Way more is intact. Let's dry it off. Transferred. On. We're about to cut the eggs. Let's see how my yolk is. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, nice, beautiful runny egg. All right, Jeff, let's dig in.
Let's dig in.
All right, now Jeff, before we try it,
Yeah.
I want you to be brutally, like, critical.
I'm gonna be honest as much
Yeah,
as
as
I
brutally critical as you can.
can. All right.
Wow, okay. So my brutal take on my own cooking, I think the mushrooms are a little too cold. I took too long to do the eggs. I didn't time the boiling water right. So I didn't, the dish wasn't prepared in a, a nice window. It was spread out too much. So the mushrooms are a little cold. They're really flavorful though. And the egg is really good.
The combination of the food is really good. I also gotta say, if we're being critical, besides that, there was just too much.
Too much?
Too much, but other than that, the flavor is definitely there. It's really good.
The bacon, the mushrooms, the egg, the salt. So I was able to follow a recipe, but my timing wasn't good. Oh. I think I'm gonna try to make this again over the weekend at some point. Try to figure out my timing before we get on to the next dish, or next lesson. So I'll work on that. I'll let you know if I get better. But for now, honestly, this is a good first step, I feel like. This is really good.
No, James, you did a good job. You know what's crazy about this is, there's such simple ingredients, but it's bringing out such good flavors. You know what I mean?
All right, we are back here with the Gordon Ramsay Masterclass. Today we are working on our knife skills. So right now we are gonna learn how to do a shallot. Now hopefully I get my knife skills nice and good, okay? So I'm gonna try to dice this shallot. My finger placement is not the best, but I'm learning. Let the knife do the work, as Gordon says. Now we're gonna try to dice. Hopefully your boy can dice decently. Look at that. That's a pretty good dice job of these shallots. Look at that. My knife skills are decent. Let the knife do the work. Not bad, not bad. Not as good as that first run. Pretty decent dice. My knife skills are improving. Let's give it 2 more goes. So that is me trying to dice a shallot. The next challenge we are going to be doing is a zucchini. So let me wash this real quick. Oh, that slice is way different than I expected. Okay. Never sliced a zucchini before, y'all. Tail and top off, as Gordon would say. Okay, so we're gonna work from narrow to thick. So we're gonna start on this side. Here we go. I'm really trying to work on not putting my thumb in the way, because I have really cut my thumb pretty bad in the last month actually on a cutting board. Getting too confident as a chef. These zucchini slices are actually looking pretty decent from you, boy. These are pretty, this one is not good. This is a big fatty, but for the most part, I think I'm actually doing a pretty good job with this zucchini. I'm just gonna stack these to make more space real quick. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So Gordon recommends you get a knife with a very heavy handle so you have more control over the knife. Sadly, my knife set, that is not the case. This knife blade is actually very heavy compared to its handle, but I think I'm still doing a decent job here. So, honestly, I think I did a pretty good job with the zucchini. What do you think, Jeff?
I think you did a solid job. Yeah, really good job.
The last thing we are learning how to cut today is a butternut squash. We're gonna dice it. I don't think I've ever had one of these. Tail and top off. And God, it is thick. And then we're also gonna cut it down the middle. Ugh! This thing is so weird. I have never had one of these before. Maybe I have in a dish. I don't know. I'm definitely not cutting the way Gordon told me to, but we got it in half. Now let's take that sticker off real quick. So for this, we want a nice flexible knife. Is this flexible compared to this one? This is actually more flexible. So I don't have the best equipment, sadly, but this is what I'm supposed to use to cut my butternut squash because it can go. Now this is a tough butternut squash, I will say. All right, so I'm gonna be peeling the outside of this bad boy right now. So I have peeled off the sides of my butternut squash, trying my absolute best to preserve the shape of it, which means we're gonna have the most yield return, as Gordon put it. So we are now gonna try to dice this. Now I'm not the best because I've never done one of these before, but here we go. All right, now that I've got my butternut squash, I'm gonna line it up in the order in which it was cut, basically. So here we go, my first stack. I'm just gonna cut this into French fries. Okay, and then once it's in French fries, we're gonna dice it from here. And that is my diced butternut squash. I actually think this looks pretty decent. What do you think, Jeff?
It's solid, very
Not the
solid.
most even, you know, I got some big squares, I got some little squares. Huge difference between these two, but honestly, when you look at it from far away, they look pretty uniform. I missed. All right, guys, we are now on the next lesson of the masterclass, which is Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs. Now, before we start, I have to say a few things. One, Gordon Ramsay's scrambled egg recipe calls for uni, otherwise known as sea urchin tongue, which we went to the highest end grocery market in the area, could not find uni. We were able to get some creme fraiche and some truffle oil. In the video of the masterclass, he calls for truffle, but in our little workbook, it says we can use truffle oil, so we got that. This was $12. Now, I'm gonna try to make Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs recipe, and then Jeff and I will taste it once again. I didn't cut myself, it just hurt. Hopefully, I can improve upon my poached egg brioche bun, which was pretty good, but I didn't serve it cold. This one has less moving parts, so here we go. He cracks his eggs with one hand, bro. Damn, I can do it too.
You just did it, yeah.
Just did it, wow. Okay, I didn't know I had that in me.
Okay.
A little bit of shell, you see me though. Okay, this one hand method is actually pretty strong. He didn't even teach it to us. We've done 2 egg recipes now, and this man still hasn't taught us how to actually do that. Okay, butter going in. So Gordon's recipe calls for a lot of butter. Normally I would not use this much butter. He mixes the butter in with the eggs instead of putting the butter in first, which is how I've always done it. He also says to go on high heat. Here we go. We're just gonna immediately start stirring as fast as we can. So Gordon says 90 seconds on, was it 20 off?
90 seconds on, 20 off. Yeah.
Yeah, 90 seconds on, 20 off. So I'm quickly kind of trying to get as much of this as I can. You don't want anything to stick to the bottom. He says not to season the eggs beforehand because they'll get runny. I think high heat might have been a little intense for us. The butter's not really melting, so I'm gonna actually go off the heat. I'm gonna improvise. I think this is what Gordon would want me to do in this situation, is to improvise, constantly stirring, making sure nothing is sticking to the pan. This is really important. Fluffing it up, getting the butter incorporated back on the heat. I'm gonna go low heat here. I'm gonna improvise, man. I think that's what Gordon would want me to do. Improvise, you know, get it done the right way. And I think that's the hallmark of a great chef, being able to improvise in the moment. All right, we want it to be light, fluffy, and creamy. So while that's going really quick, I'm gonna cut the chives. Now, I could have cut the chives beforehand. Gordon did it during, so I wanna get, you know, practice my time management. That's gonna be big for me. Okay, not chopped as finely as I would hope. Some of them are pretty decent, but not bad. Let's get back on the eggs. Take it off the heat here. Stirring constantly, really trying to keep it creamy. I don't want these big kind of fluffs, I'm pretty sure. Okay, at this point, I think the uni would go in. Okay, teaspoon, creme fraiche. Now we're also gonna throw in our salt, our pepper, and our chives. Just gonna stir that all together real quick, incorporate that. It should be light and creamy. I might have overcooked them already, so I'm gonna take them off the heat permanently now. Just incorporate the creme fraiche a little bit more. These actually look really good. Nice and fresh, okay? Into the bowls. Gordon had a really fancy bowl. He prepped his eggs in. I don't have that, I've got this. Now in Gordon's, he actually finishes his with some more uni and truffle. I don't have truffle, we only have truffle oil, no uni, so here we go. A little truffle oil. And Jeff, let's dig in.
All right, James.
Let's dig in.
Dig in, cheers.
Wow, those are really good. It's not, I feel like my egg is a little, it's not overcooked, but it's not as, I guess, creamy and soft as Gordon's, but
the flavor is
amazing. Intense. Yeah. I've never had scrambled eggs this flavorful before, that's for sure.
What'd you rate this?
Dude, this honestly is the best scrambled egg I've ever had. I'm gonna give this a 10.
I'm gonna give this a 10. This is the best. Like, not even capping.
That truffle oil really elevates it in a way I didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was gonna make it better or worse, but you could definitely taste the truffle oil. It's distinct.
Yeah. I was worried the truffle oil was gonna overpower everything else going on in here, but it actually really like elevates the other flavors. But it does go without saying, there's a lot of butter in these and creme fraiche.
It's a dairy, no wonder it's so creamy because there's so much.
There's a lot going on.
And once again, I'd say this again, it's very few ingredients. There's not much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just more of how you cook it is making it so delicious. That was a 10, that was amazing.
I'm proud of I feel like I took a step forward this week.
Bro, you're getting a lot better and quicker too. Versus the first one, this one was like
fast,
yeah. So I'm excited to see what you gotta cook next.
Well, next chapter is breaking down a whole chicken, which I'm not looking forward to, but here we go. What's up, y'all? We finished the scrambled eggs. I've actually made it a few times since we recorded that, and I'm getting better and better at Gordon's scrambled eggs recipe, turning it into my own recipe. But now we're learning how to break down a whole chicken, and I'm quite scared of this. I've never touched a whole chicken raw. Touched the rotisserie, never touched a raw chicken like this before. I'm a little intimidated. I bought a new chopping knife. Time for me to break down a chicken. I'm quite disgusted, I'm not gonna lie.
So, start off with it, position at 6 o'clock, and what you're working with before you start slicing into it.
Pick it up.
Before you...
How am I gonna hit the space bar if I've got raw chicken on my hands?
I got you.
All right, chicken is nasty. It's disturbing, quite frankly. I'm not a fan. All right, first cut.
Yeah.
That wasn't so bad. That also wasn't so bad, okay. Our first incision has been made. I think I'm gonna do a little more here.
And push up and pop out that joint, and you slice through.
Okay, I've got the drum and the thigh. I don't know if I did a good job cutting that or not, but there we go.
Turn it over, feel the joint, and you'll feel that knuckle in there, and that's the indication of where to hit the knife.
No, I don't feel this joint Gordon was talking about. No, I'm cutting through the bone. Oh, I cut through the bone. I did not do this right. There we go. Here is my first chicken drumstick. I think I did a pretty bad job on it, honestly. Let's try again on the main chicken. So I'm gonna dig my thumb into it, pop out the joint, slice off there. Again, I don't think that looks great. Joint's right there. Well, I have tried. All right, now it's time for the wings. Trying to find the joint. There it is. I swear to God, I maybe don't know what I'm doing looking for these joints. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, no, I think I just, oh God. Oh God, bro, this is the worst chapter. This is disgusting. I don't get what I'm doing.
You gotta cut it off.
2 wings, 2 drums, 2 thighs.
I think that's where it's supposed to cut off. And that was my first clean, actually, break. I think this is the first one I've done properly. Okay, I don't understand what I'm really supposed to be doing here. I'm definitely doing this wrong. I'm trying to learn. I can't find these joints. I don't get where am I supposed to be cutting. Let's see if I can do the chicken breast, because that's actually what we're gonna be cooking in a second, so I need to do that one properly.
Slice through, feel that breastbone.
I think you're on the wrong end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Here is my chicken breast. It looks, quite frankly, this looks terrible, but let me try to just trim it up a little bit, make it look not so terrible. All right, my first chicken breast. Not a great shape, but I do have a second attempt here at it. So let's see what I can do. Here's my second breast. So I don't know which one will really be better for us to use in the next recipe. I think I'm leaning toward this first one. So we're gonna roll with this one. That was me attempting to break down a chicken. I think I did an absolutely terrible job, but it is what it is. All right, y'all, now we are gonna cook the chicken breast. We are going to make a chicken breast over roasted root vegetables. So we're gonna start out and season our chicken with some nice flaky salt. It's expensive, but the food so far I've made has been delicious. I'm a little worried about this one. There's a lot more moving parts than some of those egg recipes we had earlier. I know Gordon would probably frown upon my little pre-bought one, but it is what it is, Gordon. Quick hand wash. Now in the masterclass videos, I don't mean to expose, but this dude Gordon just does one splash and says he's washed his hands. Corona season, I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. Now let's get to it. So now we are gonna get working on our vegetables. We have a nice little herb bed with some salt, and we are just gonna be placing the vegetables in and kind of cooking them in their natural form. You know, one thing Gordon stresses a lot, cooking the vegetables the way they are, you know? And I actually kind of agree with him. I actually kind of like the natural look of some of these carrots. I think they look pretty dope. As weird as that sounds to say, carrots are pretty dope. I kind of like the little, you know, thin part. As, you know, he said, people do eat that raw, so there's nothing weird about it. So let's get the heat on. And tin foil. Gonna wrap this around very tight and straight on to the stove we go. Okay, now we are on to our chicken breast. Here we go. Skin side down. Let's get our garlic and thyme in there. Oh, that's some nice color. That's some nice color we got on our chicken. All right, and we are now gonna throw this in the oven, right?
Yep, for, you said 10 minutes?
10 minutes. All right, chicken's coming out of the oven. I made a big noob move. I put it not skin side down at first. I switched it with about a fourth of the way left, so big mess up by your boy. We're gonna take our chicken. That does look delicious. I am just a mess today. We're gonna let that rest. Okay, this is all gonna go. Fuck! Well, I really burned my hand.
Is it bad?
It's not too bad. It's pretty bad. Jesus Christ, I am so stupid. I always do that. We're gonna drain the fat. We're gonna start our pan sauce now. My hand hurts like a bitch right now, but I'm in a good vibe, so. All right, we are now gonna work on our pan sauce. So the shallots are gonna go in. We're gonna get some butter in there as well. So much butter used in these recipes. It's a little disturbing, but it tastes so, so good. I touched it again. God damn. All right, so what we're really trying to do here apparently is get this flavor. All those burnt chicken bits at the bottom, we're gonna try to lift them up, create like a nice sauce. So right now we're caramelizing these shallots. All right, we're also gonna start mixing in back some of the garlic and thyme from earlier. Now, y'all, is one of the scariest parts, especially since I burnt my hand, a little bit of brandy in the pan. So we're gonna turn the heat down right now since this is about to go up in flames. I'm scared. That did not really go up in flames the way I thought it would. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Not gonna rush through this process. So we're gonna use the brandy, kind of help us build up our sauce. And I'm actually, for me, the stuff on the bottom is still sticking. I can tell I'm building up a good sauce here, but I feel like I'm not really getting that stuff off the bottom. I think the second brandy go through, gonna need to do a lot better than that. So Let's see if I can do better. I think this time I'm gonna have a bit more control. I feel more confident after that first go. All right, and we're gonna finish this off with a French demi glaze. So his was a liquid, mine's more like a paste. So I don't know what that all means. So I'm not getting the stuff off the bottom really. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is a recipe I'm probably gonna have to practice a second time because I did mess up the chicken. I feel like I don't have enough butter in here. Hopefully this pan sauce is good. I'm making a mess. It's supposed to, making the pan sauce, you're supposed to have a nice clean pan. Did I not put enough brandy? Did I not put enough butter? I don't know, but here we go. I feel like this is still gonna taste good, but I just know I didn't, perform this up to what it could have been. All right, our vegetables are coming out now. Let's see how these turned out at least. That looks I feel like I just messed everything up today. Now we're gonna plate. Gordon, I know I let you down this time. I've been good to you the other times, but this time I know I let you down. Okay, the chicken, please tell me this is cooked at least. Getting the beet juice on the chicken, not appealing, but this is easily the worst one I've done. Maybe it'll taste decent. I am not super confident in, oh, come on, stay together, stay together. And we're just gonna drizzle this around the plate. That doesn't look anything like Gordon's sauce. This was a fail. I'm really disappointed in myself, but let's try it.
All right, we're trying this.
We're trying it. Let's start with the vegetables.
All right.
Let's start this carrot. Wow, I actually think that's pretty good. I actually like the carrot.
Simple. It just tastes like a really nicely roasted carrot.
Yep, I'm gonna try the beet. That's not very good.
Is it not?
It's not. The chicken looks like it's cooked well. Excited for that. Wow. That's actually pretty good.
Is that from the sauce or is that just from the chicken?
That's from the chicken. The skin is really the star of the show here.
Yeah. There's a little crisp to it, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's soft, juicy, tender.
All right, so out of all the ones that we've made so far, what would you rate this one?
For me, I need to try this again because I did a horrible job. I completely messed up on the pan sauce. The chicken, honestly, it's good, but I feel like it could be even better. And I like the carrots, but I don't like the beets.
Yeah. Next time you make this, you probably just make all carrots, to be honest, right?
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, we are back at it. Today we are going to be cooking salmon with a seafood minestrone beneath it. Now, originally in Gordon's masterclass, we're supposed to learn how to completely take apart a salmon. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a whole salmon anywhere. I went to the highest end grocery market in the area, and this is what they had. So I'm just gonna cut this into evenly sized fillets. The end piece, because it's thinner, it's gonna be a little bit wider of a steak. Not bad from your boy. Man, this is a wide boy salmon. Okay, so I have my different salmon fillets. I'm gonna choose which one I wanna use for now. Now, I really wanna save this. I've never known how to cook salmon. Every time I've tried to cook salmon before, it's gone horribly wrong. So I'm gonna save these fillets and we're gonna get started on cooking some salmon. So I have chopped up some carrots, some celery, shallots, a lemon, and we're gonna start these on some high heat right now. We're gonna lightly toast these. Now, sadly, they didn't have any thyme at the grocery market somehow. Oh, I forgot to put olive oil, Jesus Christ. Vegetables are in. Now, we've got clams and we've got mussels. Big thing I learned, do not buy a mussel or a clam that is open. That means it's not good. So we're gonna put our mussels and our clams in. We're gonna lightly toast these. Put that under for a little bit. Get our white wine. While that's going, I'm gonna get working on my salmon. So we're gonna get this on high heat and we're gonna score the salmon because otherwise it'll bunch up, Gordon says. So quick scoring. I'm gonna season this with salt. I'm gonna get the salt, make sure the salt's getting into those like seams. Olive oil is gonna go into this pan just a little bit because it's a non-stick. We're gonna spread that around a little bit. And we're gonna delicately place our salmon into the pan. That's not gonna stay on high heat for long. Quick hand wash, and voila. Taking my mussels out, they've opened, which means they're ready. Clams haven't opened yet, so Gordon actually wanted me to buy cockles or clams. I bought clams because cockles, what he used in the video, were not available. Chicken stock going in. gonna take my clams out. I don't want to overcook them. So we're gonna open our shellfish. I don't know how to do this really. We're gonna put them in here. Well, that one's not opening. Our mussels. That one's not opening. Do you think they're not cooked?
Do they feel cooked?
I don't know what a cooked mussel feels like.
I would say you should cook them a little bit longer. It says up to 5 minutes, so we go for at least 4 minutes.
Oh, these needed to be in there for up to 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I thought they were just supposed to be in there for like 2 seconds. We fucked up. This is kind of the story of our life, but you know what? We're working. All right, I'm taking my clams out. Okay. So we're gonna quickly get all of our shellfish together. Now, I've never done this before. I don't quite understand the squirted me. I don't quite understand the mechanics of what I'm doing. Now I'm really hoping I didn't overcook these mussels. I feel like we might have, but you know, beginner's mistakes. Today's really more about the salmon than it is about this seafood minestrone, because salmon is something, you know, I need to get on, guys. I have high cholesterol, just got my blood test back. You know, for me, this is an important thing to learn with salmon more than anything else today. Okay, done. We're gonna strain our sauce. It is hot. All that in the strainer, that's flavor. So there's my broth, and I'm hoping this tastes really good. I might have overboiled it, which I'm a little afraid of me having potentially done, but we'll see. All right, I'm putting my shellfish all back in to my minestrone mixture. I've got peas in there, I've got fennel in there, I have pasta in there. Let's give that a little taste test to make sure we're going in the right direction. Definitely clammy. I think it needs to reduce down a little bit and the flavor is really gonna come out. So let's see if my salmon skin is coming out crisp. We've been cooking it for a while. This is what I'm worried about. It's crisp on one side, not really the other. I'm just gonna kiss the top real quick. Kiss the side. I'm just gonna squeeze some lemon juice on the top of the skin real quick. All right, let's finish up that skin, get it nice and crispy. And then our salmon should be ready to serve with this. All right, so the minestrone, I'm really confused on the timing. I'm gonna have to go back to this one, but Jeff and I are gonna try my salmon in the meantime while we let that cook down and get those peas finished up. All right, Jeff, I present to you my salmon.
I'm actually excited.
I nailed the crispy skin. Whoa. That is the softest, most buttery salmon I've ever had in my life.
Why is that so good?
I feel like the
lemon is
texture,
really good.
yeah, the texture is, I don't think I've ever had a better salmon. Texturally, flavor-wise, it does, I feel like I'm lacking a little flavor though.
No.
You don't think so? Maybe I need another bite.
This is so flavorful. Like, I'm not even capping at this point. It almost reminds me of like a pork belly. You know, like with the
crispy.
skin, the crispy skin on it. What are you rating that? Come on, we always got it.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
That is the best salmon I've ever eaten. That's cooked. Like usually I love sauce. This
raw.
is a 10 for me.
Yeah. All right, now let's try my minestrone. So this is our seafood minestrone. This was meant to go with the salmon. We are having it separate because I didn't know how to do the cooking times properly. I'm happy the salmon turned out well. It's a little clammy.
It's like a clam, like it is what it is. It's clammy chicken broth. Do you think maybe this complements the salmon really well?
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Ew, I couldn't even chew through it.
Yeah, that's kind of
Raw.
I don't know if it's
Maybe
raw
it's
or not.
overcooked.
I think it's overcooked. Okay?
So I love how I can make the greatest salmon we've ever had and the worst soup we've ever had at the same meal. You know what I mean? So far, my strengths in the masterclass has been cooking protein. I did a really good job with the chicken. I did a really good job with the eggs. I've done a really good job with the salmon. But on each step, I fucked up the chicken sauce. I kind of messed up this salmon side thing. So
I think it's anything with liquid.
I kept getting the chicken well, kept getting better at the chicken. I can't figure out how to do sauces, bro. When I put the butter in the pan, the chicken stuff doesn't come out. It still sticks to the pan. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I gotta say, like, whether or not this was good or not, that salmon is an amazing discovery.
Yeah, that was a W. And I got a lot of salmon, boys. I'm gonna be making a lot in next
You guys
video.
saw all that salmon he was cutting up earlier.
So I'm really excited for the next lesson because I think it's making my own pasta. Guys, we are back with the masterclass. We are working on pasta. This will eventually become a lobster ravioli with salmon. Gordon actually calls for the cooking of a live lobster. I'm not really comfortable doing that, so mine will just be a salmon ravioli. But first, we're gonna learn how to make homemade pasta. Here we go, we've got our olive oil, salt, special flour he recommended. We had to go to 20 different grocery stores to get that. I'm just gonna get a little at a time. Start just working this all together. It's getting all stuck to my fork. I feel like I'm always doing something wrong at all times during this class. Okay, bring it together. Bring it all in. He was so gentle and didn't need to do that, but, oh, get in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, not at all what I intended. Oh shit. So I'm really trying not to get egg all over myself. I think I'm failing at that mission. I'm making it worse every time I do that. Jesus. Bring it in, boys. Bring it in. It's all stuck. Do we not have enough flour? Do we need more flour, you think?
Yeah, he said you could add more flour. So he said go put it on your hands and mesh it hard. Yeah, just keep on doing that.
Oh my, it's like sticking to the countertop.
You gotta keep on moving it. Just keep on moving it.
All right, my pasta dough is coming together. It's a little sticky still, but it's starting to get worked into a product. We'll call it that. Okay, our dough is really becoming a dough. This is exciting. Oh, it just did not come with it. This better be the best pasta I've ever had for the amount of work and cleaning that will go into this. Ugh. All right, y'all, we got my pasta dough in a nice ball. Gonna plastic wrap it. We're gonna plastic wrap it for 20 minutes in the fridge and see what happens. It's gonna grow in size, right? No, there's no yeast, it won't grow.
Yeah.
We're gonna deoxidize this bad boy. This will be deoxidized for the next 20 minutes. We're gonna start rolling out our pasta. We don't have a rolling pin. This is all I got. This is better than nothing. So we're gonna really thin out the pasta and get it through our pasta machine. Now Gordon uses a manual one. Sadly, I thought I ordered it. I didn't, so we had to go to Target. We had to buy a stand mixer, which came with a pasta. Well, it didn't come with it, we had to pay for it. But that's where we're at right now because of my, my dumbness. And I believe we are ready to roll. So Jeff is my assistant here.
Chef.
All right, we got one pass through. Damn, this thing is already so long. There we go. All right, let's air it out. Round 3 through our machine. Okay. Okay, look at this teamwork. Jeff and I are making some beautiful pasta. I'm gonna turn it off real quick. We're gonna turn it into thinner pasta now. Yeah, let's get that machine nice and going. Let me get my hands again. So we're trying to make really thin pasta because Gordon wants our ravioli to be practically see-through. So pasta making is way more of a two-man job than I thought. All right, our next setting, let me lightly, I got this. It just gets getting thinner and thinner. It barely gets thinner, but it's the process.
Yeah, he says it's a journey, that's what he calls it.
This really has been a journey so far. This has been a lot of fun. And stressful, honestly, when it gets around the middle part.
Yeah.
How long is this thing now? Oh man.
I think that's like 8 feet, 9 feet.
Like a couple inches.
This thing's rivaling Chris right now. Ready?
Yep. Send it.
All right, so Jordan says it has to be translucent. It is translucent at this point. I can see my fingers straight through the pasta.
Yeah.
One final pass through. The pasta is so thin right now, guys. I'm scared we're gonna break it, but
send it.
We only have one choice, yeah. All right, y'all, we're gonna cut our pasta here. And our pasta is beyond thin. This is incredible. Good stuff, y'all. Whew! Yo guys, it's the next day. We couldn't get the pasta that night because I was recording some JDL videos, doing some other things. So I am alone in the kitchen this morning and I'm gonna be making the salmon ravioli. Now it's a little tough, you know, my pasta is the next day. It still feels good, not worried about that. I'm worried about the multitasking. I've got my salmon cooking, preparing a tomato chutney. I got my stock stew thing going on. That's gonna simmer for another like 35 minutes. So right now I'm gonna get these tomatoes worked on. There is a lot to do today, boys. This recipe, I never understand high-end chefs, bro. Their raviolis be like 4 on a plate. They'll be like, this is a meal. Like, nah, fam. I don't know if there's a tool for this or a proper way to do this, but this is my way, and it's working. Okay, that water is at a boil now. We're gonna throw our tomatoes in here for 30 seconds and transfer to ice water. Okay, tomatoes are out. I'm doing this to remove the skins. Oh wow, the skins are coming right off. All right, time to peel these tomatoes, and the skins are coming right off. Cool. Then I'm gonna dice these and throw them in with some olive oil to make a chutney, which I guess is just a fancy word for tomatoes and olive oil with heat. Okay, why is the skin not coming off this bad boy? Wow, this skin is really not coming off. All right, well, you know what? 3 tomatoes is better than I usually get. We'll settle for 3 here. Can't tell if my dicing is going well, honestly. No, it's actually pretty good, okay. Not bad, James, not bad at all. Okay, I do have to kind of hurry up though, because I haven't even made my raviolis yet. I haven't made my salmon filling yet. The salmon's cooking right now. It's almost gonna be done, so I have a lot to do. I'm gonna have to get through this cutting board. Knife technique, not on fleek right now. A lot of this stuff wasn't explained in the video. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't wanna make excuses, but that's the facts. Okay, this is gonna just be for 20 minutes, so that's dope. I'm gonna worry about this for a little bit. Just throw you on the heat. Decision-making time. So the chutney's going for 20 minutes. I'll stir occasionally. I got my salmon cooking for the salmon paste. This is stewing for another little bit. All right, time to make a lemon vinaigrette. Oh, there's so much cleaning, bro. I don't understand how chefs can do a dish like this by themselves and keep their kitchen clean, bro. Like, I got tomato guts all over the place. I'm gonna roll my lemon first. So we learned this in a life hacks video. Zach taught us. Gordon taught me the same thing. So Zach might know more about cooking than we all believe. So lemon juice in. Olive oil in. And salt in. That looks pretty emulsified to me. That's done. I'm gonna use this time while I have a little bit of peace in the kitchen to clean up, because this is an absolute mess. Okay, getting back to work. Okay, the pasta. I'm a little afraid of this. It's a very thin sheet of pasta. It's very delicate. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's so delicate. It's so thin. You guys don't even understand how thin this is. All right, 1 ravioli piece. All right, I have 1. Oh, I got a hole. It might have to be like that. All right, I've got 3 ravioli pieces. Oh my Lord, it's sticking together. I don't like this. I don't want to make ravioli ever again. I think I'm gonna end up with legitimately 2 pieces of ravioli here, guys. I'm watching the clock. I gotta have about 8 minutes before everything needs to come into motion. These are gonna be smaller pieces. It is what it is. Okay. Wow, I'm really gonna make only 3 pieces. I just criticized them for doing that. That's really all I'm gonna end up with though. All right, need some egg white. Boom, got my egg white. Now we gotta zest this lemon. Lemon zest is in. Salmon's coming out. Now I'm gonna save some of the salmon liquid for my stock actually. I think that'll really amplify it. Here we go. Clean knife, sharpened knife. Wow. Incredible. Salt, pepper, lemon juice. The egg white, and we're gonna put this in here. All right, y'all, it's time for me to put my raviolis together, so we'll see how this goes. All right, I don't have a brush for the egg wash that I've prepared, so I'm just gonna use this spoon. First ravioli trying to be put together. Here we go. Oh, it's sticking way better than I thought it would. Okay, great sign, great sign. I lift it up without breaking it. Yes, I can. So Gordon's ravioli has the bulge on both sides. Mine's only on one, y'all, but the fact that this is even working is a W. Okay, wow, this worked way better than I thought it would, given how much struggle I've had with everything else so far. Very pleasantly surprised here. Oh, this one broke apart, never mind. Well, 2 out of 3 is a W, I'm sorry. That's just a W. We are ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, raviolis are coming out, y'all. Plate you here. Okay, so I was supposed to actually coat these in my lemon oil vinaigrette that I made. Totally forgot. This did not reduce down enough. I don't know why sauces just seem to evade your boy throughout this whole series. I can't do sauces properly. My plate is a bit messy. I'll show you guys in a second. This is supposed to be a lot thicker. I don't know why it didn't thin out. It does taste really good though. I'm just gonna kind of do the sauce a little messy just cause this is a messy plate from your boy. Finally the vinaigrette. So mine versus Gordon's, mine's pretty trash. I'm gonna simmer this down for later actually. That sauce is delicious, I just didn't do it right. So y'all, here is my finished salmon raviolis. The plate is a mess. It's supposed to be a clean plate, but nonetheless, I'm gonna have Amy and Garth try it and we'll see what we think.
What do we have here?
I'm glad you asked. We have a salmon ravioli with homemade pasta. We have a lemon vinaigrette and a not properly reduced sauce to go with it.
We got one plate for the 3 of us.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of clean plates. There's a tomato chutney beneath it.
A tomato chutney.
I don't even know what that means. Oh no.
Oh no. God damn it.
It's just not bad, but the texture of the inside is strange. The flavor's pretty good.
Huh.
Okay.
Be brutally honest. That's what I've told Jeff to do in all of these.
I was gonna say that it's a little bit salty. When it first hit my tongue, I was like, what is this? But the lemon brought out the salmon flavor really, really well. The chutney probably could use a little more work. It probably could be reduced a tiny bit more.
That's what I thought, because I had it like I had it longer on the stove than it told me to, because I was like, this shit looks like it needs to keep going. I guess I gotta keep going with my gut.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much salt. But other than that, it's a sleeper hit. I'll say it's not bad.
Not bad. Hey, for how much I struggled and stressed over this, I'm happy. The texture of the pasta itself, like the pasta part of the ravioli, pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say there's.
Okay, that's a W. That's a W. Well, on to the final dish, everybody, the beef Wellington.
Oh boy.
And welcome back to the masterclass. We are on beef Wellington. Now, I could not buy the full center cut tenderloin for this, guys, because it was gonna be super expensive. I just got a nice tenderloin instead. So it's gonna be a makeshift mini Wellington. Now, I've prepared crepes. It went pretty badly. I prepared a mushroom mix. That went excellently. So now we're gonna quickly sear our steak. Give that a second for it to be piping hot. I'm stressed, guys. I'm a little stressed here. I'm not gonna lie. This has been a tough class. This end part, these crepes I made, I'm gonna show you. These are not good crepes, okay? I did a really bad job. This class holds your hand a lot less than Steph's does toward the end. This class, this kind of really, Gordon stops really giving you instructions. And that is a nice sizzle, nice sear. God, this is a beautiful looking steak. I can't wait to eat this, man. All right, I'm gonna wet my cutting board. This helps the plastic wrap that we're about to put on it for the Wellington stay on. What have I got? Steak, pretty much ready here. We're gonna rest it back on the cutting board. Now what we're gonna do that's kind of interesting, according to Gordon, we are going to now cover it in Dijon mustard. I've never done that before with a steak. It seems kind of sacrilegious to me personally, but we're doing it because he told us to. He says this is gonna help tenderize our steak, you know, do all that good stuff. So I'm all for all that. That sounds good to me. And I actually like Dijon mustard. I've never put it on a steak before. So now that my beef is being seated in the mustard, we are going to create our crepe. So this is where it gets kind of tough because I really did a bad job making the crepes. I don't really have a lot of crepe sheet. This is kind of what I got in this guy. So mine is gonna be very disjointed, unfortunately. So next up comes the prosciutto. Prosciutto is incredible. This is my cheat day for my high cholesterol, so I'm going all in. Not holding back on the prosciutto here. We have a mushroom mix that I prepared earlier. Mushroom mix, this actually came out great. I tried some of it earlier. Hopefully my mushrooms aren't too coarse, and hopefully this thing will fit fully around the steak. I don't know that it will, guys. Incredible. Incredible. Wow. Steak on. I don't know which way to go. I think I'm gonna have to go this way. Let's clean my hands. I don't see this wrapping all the way around. Let's try the other way. Gordon really didn't teach us how to do the crepes. There's a workbook that comes with the class, but unfortunately, he does not really show us how to always do some things later in this class. I'm gonna twist. So mine's not fully wrapped. You know, it's not gonna be perfect. Not making excuses. I definitely messed up the crepes all on my own, but you know. Fuck! I did not think that was gonna happen. Well, I guess this gives me another chance to try to, and now I don't have the plastic wrap. What the fuck just happened, bro? What the fuck just happened? Attempt number 2, here we go. Yep, I did not make enough crepe for a wrap, but you know what? What can I say? The good news is this is going in the fridge, which will help it stay together. We're gonna do that right now. That's going in there for 20 minutes. So now we're gonna prepare our puff pastry. And luckily there's no world where I don't have my puff pastry ready. So we're chilling there. Dude, what the hell? I don't know what the hell is happening right now in front of me. Well, I have my puff pastry here. I have a lot of ruined puff pastry here. I didn't even, I thought this was the paper holding in the puff pastry at first. Clearly that's not the case. So I fucked this up too, but I think it will be good enough. Let me clean this area up and I'll see you guys when the steak's ready to be put in here. So guys, I actually realized I was supposed to kind of put this into my crepe, the leftover steak pits. I still have it. If you guys remember, I tried to do a sauce, failed every time. So we're gonna try to deglaze the sauce and make a little sauce to go with it. See if I've, learned anything over the last few weeks. I got the bits at the bottom to come off. Proud of myself there. That should have been the easiest thing I learned all class, but hey, it's working. I'm gonna reduce this down and I should have a nice sauce to go with the Wellington, hopefully. We got the beef Wellington. Hopefully it sticks together somewhat. Mushrooms are just flying out. That is, it is what it is. Oh, one piece, one piece, one piece. Boom, kind of. It's coming off on the side. It's not perfect, but it's better than I thought. Egg wash going on, so it all sticks together. All right, looks like I have enough puff pastry sheet, thankfully. Oh my God, that would have been a disaster if I didn't. Okay, we're gonna season the inside of this with some salt, a little pepper. Now I really wanna tuck it in under it, like so. Okay, then remove the plastic wrap. And tuck and roll, okay? Gordon cut his. I don't know if mine is gonna be good to cut like that. Oh man, it's not the greatest, but it's really better than I thought it would be after how we started. I'm gonna leave it 5 minutes in the fridge. Wellington out, I'm gonna trim the ends like he says. This is where I'm a little lost. So he actually goes over it with like more egg, and I actually messed up the refrigeration. I was supposed to do it after what I'm about to do. He goes over it with an egg wash in his hand, and then he scores it to give it some flair. I don't think I bought the same kind of puff pastry as him. Mine's really thin, so I'm gonna give mine the egg wash, and then we're going into the oven. So he said the sign of a good Wellington is when it comes out and it's not leaking. I would be absolutely shocked if mine isn't not leaking. Okay, into the oven, onto the thing, into the oven, y'all. We'll see how it turns out. Guys, quick update on the pan sauce. It went terribly. I couldn't get it to emulsify. Yeah, still really struggling with these. All right, the Wellington is about to come out of the oven. I did not cook mine as long as Gordon's because I have a way smaller piece of meat. So I'm hoping my adjustment made sense. It looks like my puff pastry is also a lot thinner, so I think this will work out for me on both accounts. And if I've learned anything from this class, it's really you gotta have a feel for the food yourself. You can't just go off a recipe, honestly. And there it is, my beef Wellington. It's somewhat crispy, some parts. It's not the most crispy, but better than nothing. No leakage. Gordon did say that is the trademark of a good beef Wellington, no leakage. So, okay. Wow, that is crispy on some parts, not on all parts, but on some parts it's pretty crispy. All right, We're gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna give it the final taste test of the video. We're doing the cut, the first incision. I am so nervous. Some crunch. Cutting right through the beef. Now Gordon said this is like the chef's cut. That is very raw. That is practically raw. Should I throw it back in, or you wanna try it? Throw it back in?
Throw it back in.
Throw it back in, okay.
Don't look at me.
I'm embarrassed. All right, guys, we took it out of the oven again. There it is. So we're gonna let it rest for a few minutes and give it a real try.
Can I get a sink clap? No, I was talking to the sink.
All right, we are cutting into the beef Wellington round 2. It's still pretty red in the middle.
You know what? If OJ could kill somebody with one glove, I think we can eat rare meat.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to plate this because mine completely fell apart, unlike Gordon's, so.
Gosh.
There you go. Did you see that? That was pretty nice, huh? All right, broski, are you ready to try
Bro,
the greatest beef Wellington of all time?
Let me get a steak knife. You know what? Actually, this is actually a perfect rare.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Here we go.
All right.
It's just hard to get all the pieces together.
Oh my god.
It's actually pretty good. If it stayed as one piece, it would be great.
Oh my god. James, holy shit, man. What is this that you put underneath the
The puff.
I almost said mayonnaise. Mushrooms.
So, oh, the prosciutto.
That's prosciutto.
There is prosciutto in this. I forgot about
That's
that.
the salt. That's the
That's
salt.
where the salt's coming from.
Wow,
We
dude.
got the crepe, we got the mushrooms, we got the puff, the steak.
Oh my gosh. This is something else.
This thing was stressful to make.
It was.
All right, the hardest part was the crepes. I didn't really understand how to make a crepe.
Yeah. It's pretty crepey.
Yeah. When I first saw like a picture of beef Wellington, like obviously I knew what it was before this class. I kind of wondered like why is it so good compared to like a normal steak? Like why is adding the puff pastry and all that? But these layers of flavor, like in between the beef Wellington, are incredible.
It's just every single little piece that's like part of this beef Wellington, like you could taste it individually.
I feel like the crepe didn't taste that good on its own, but like soaking in all the flavors.
Well done, James. Well
Thank you.
fucking done. Alright. Leave us.
Alright guys, so I have officially finished Gordon Ramsay's masterclass. If I were to give the class an overall review, I think I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I've made some incredible food over the course of this video. I've made a lot of people happy. Honestly, one of the coolest things about this was seeing the smile I'm putting on people's faces. Garth's, you know, his mood lit up when he tried that. Jeff with the salmon, the scrambled eggs. Me, I've made those scrambled eggs like 8 times now. That's probably why my cholesterol's so high. Problem with the class, in my opinion, especially toward the end, the last 3 recipes, Gordon is a lot more hands-off. Ultimately, I wish the class was full video. I wish there was not so much reliance on the workbook toward the end. That was probably my biggest issue with it. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I feel like I'm a way better chef now than I was before. Still struggling with pan sauces, as you all saw, but I'm gonna get better. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what master class you want me to do next. Another cooking one, another sports one, acting, music, whatever it is, let me know. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.